Hello everyone, today we are going to be discussing the poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree by W.B. Yeats. First let us go through the poem once. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow. Dropping from the wheels of the morning to where the cricket sings, there midnight's all a glimmer, and our noon a purple glow, and evenings full of the linnet's wings. I will arise and go now, for always day and night I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavements grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. This is written by W.B. Yeats. The rhyme scheme followed here is A B A B. So first line Innisfree is A, second line made B, third line honeybee rhymes with Innisfree, so it is again A. Again fourth line glade matches with the second line, that is B. So A B A B. So this is followed throughout the poem. Let us learn something about the poet. W.B. Yeats, he was born in 1865 and died in 1939. He was an Irish poet, writer and a dramatist. He was born in Sandymouth, Dublin in Ireland. He received the Nobel Prize in 1923. In Lake Isle of Innisfree, he speaks of his yearnings to go back to the peaceful place away from the humdrum of the city life to lead a life of solitude. However, in reality, Lake Isle of Innisfree is an uninhabited island within the Logle in Ireland. Yeats spent his summers near that place as a child and was familiar with the surroundings. So when he went to his grandparents' house, there was this lake and this island within that lake. Nobody lived there, but he thought about it and wrote this poem when he grew up. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. So he's going to build a small cabin to live by himself. He's going to make it with sticks, that is bended sticks, and with clay. 9 bean rows will I have there, and a hive for honeybee. So he's going to have 9 bean rows and one small hive for a honeybee. So these are going to be taking care of his physical needs, that is shelter and food, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. So here we see that this is the glade and a lot of bees are humming. So that is why he is telling that it will be a bee-loud glade. I will arise. This phrase has been taken from St. Luke. It refers to the repentant prodigal son in the parable of the prodigal son. So prodigal son, one who spends too much. So he repents and say he will arise. It may also refer to the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Wattles are twisted sticks for making fences or walls. Glade, clearing or open space in wood or forest. Now we will move on to the second stanza. In second stanza he says that, and I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow. So peace doesn't come all of a sudden, like excitement comes all of a sudden, but peace, it flows slowly and makes the heart peaceful and calm. So it comes slowly. So he says that the peace that he is going to have will be coming in a slow, steady manner, dropping from the wheels of the morning to where the cricket sings. So where will the peace come from? It will come in the serene, quiet morning that is going to be filled with mist, and this mist looks like the wheel of a bride or a woman. Okay, so we can see that there is a comparison with the wheel of this bride and the mist that is covering the nature. So when the wheel rises just like the wheel of a woman, the peace is going to flow into the atmosphere, and there is going to be a soothing noise of the cricket singing. Okay, so the entire place is going to be filled with peace and tranquility. So this is a metaphor that has been used. The wheel of the morning is compared indirectly with the wheel of the woman, and it will drop from the wheels of the morning. Here the midnight's all a glimmer and noon a purple glow. The poet says that the midnight's going to be glimmering with a lot of glimmering stars in the sky, and the noon will have a purple glow to it. And the evenings will be full of linnet's wings. What does it mean by this? That linnet is a small brown and grey bird with short beak. So there are going to be lots of linnets which will intercept each other and make a lot of chee 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 sound. So the sky is going to be filled with linnet's wings. So here actually he means the linnets, but he'll only be able to see the wings, so he's telling linnet's wings. In stanza 3, he says, I will arise and go now, for always day and night. So here we see that the first line in the first stanza has been repeated again in the last stanza. He says, I will arise and go now, for always night and day. I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. So he recalls the sound in that tranquil, peaceful atmosphere in Innisfree, where there is no other sound other than the lapping of water, okay, on the shore, like chup, 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 like that, okay. So he recalls that sound and that peaceful sound. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey. When does he recall that tranquil, peaceful sound? When he is standing on the roadway or on the pavement's grey. So when he is in that boring, mundane life, leading that mundane life in the city with grey pavements, without any peace and tranquility, then he recalls that soothing sound of the lake water lapping in the shore in Innisfree. I hear it in deep heart's core. Where does he hear it? He hears it in his heart, in his mind. He recalls the tranquil sound, the peaceful lapping sound that he had heard when he was in Innisfree. Pavements are raised asphalted path at the side of the road. We all know what pavements are. Glitter means shimmering, reflected light. As we see, these waters are glimmering like stars, lapping, here splashing or slapping of water on land. Now let us go through the literary devices in the Lake Isle of Innisfree. First, we know that alliteration has been used here. Alliteration is repetition of consonant sound in closely placed words. So hive, her, for honeybee, her sound has been repeated. Lake water lapping with low, repetition of l sound, l, l, l. Here in the deep heart score, here her sound has been repeated. Then we find that repetition has also been used. Repetition is use of same words or phrases for sake of emphasis. I will arise and go now is repeated in stanza 1 and 3. These lines are linked to the Bible. I will arise and go to my father. Then personification has been used, giving human characteristic to non-living objects. Morning has been personified. She lifts a veil of mist to reveal her bright face. Then assonance has also been used, that is repetition of vowel sounds. Go now and go to, repetition of O sound. Metaphor has been used, indirect comparison between two objects or ideas to denote similarity. Wheels of the morning, the white mist of the morning are compared to a lady's wheel. Onomatopoeia has been used, a word that represents the sound it makes. Lapping, the word represents the sound it is making. Anaphora has been used, that is repetition of the same words at the beginning of phrases, clauses or sentences. I will arise, I hear the repetition of the word I in lines 9 and 10. What is the theme of this poem? The theme of Lake Isle of Innisfree is return to nature. The poet contrasts the idyllic, peaceful life in nature with the bleak, mundane life in the cities. The poem makes us realize that the peaceful life that we crave for cannot be achieved in cities which are full of stress, pollution and ugliness. The message of this poem is that true peace of mind can be achieved only when we are living a life that is in harmony with nature. So we cannot go away from nature and be peaceful. So to lead a peaceful life, we must return to nature. Peace seeps in slowly in our lives when we are living in natural surroundings, which provide all the elements that are required to live a peaceful life. In contrast, the bleak life in cities is full of stress, pollution, and ugliness from which the poet desperately wants to escape. So, this is an escapist poem. The poet wants to go away from that boring life in the cities to the peaceful life in nature. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please do subscribe to my channel and don't forget to press the like button. If you have some queries, put it in the comment box. Thanks for watching.